Hi everybody, Karis here, and this is your video to introduce the new book for this month's monthly Magic Book Club. So the way this book club works, for those of you who are new to it, is we start a new book on every new moon. So sometimes it's mostly 1 month and sometimes it bleeds from 1 month into another because that's kind of how the moon cycles roll. And last month, the one that we just finished on the new moon, and I actually have not finished it yet, I still have about 100 or so pages to go. But it's called The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. It is an incredible book that brings a bunch of different pieces of information, so studies and case studies, larger studies, things like that, together to explain certain phenomena that happen in our universe that aren't really explained by our current scientific model. And it is written in textbook style, but I still found it pretty easy to read. One excerpt that I was just reading this morning that I thought I would share with you guys is about chaos, because I just pulled a tarot card today that was the Hanged Man, which is kind of finding peace in chaos, waiting for it to pass and knowing that you get your strength more that way. And about an hour before that, I had read this excerpt from the book, and it says, "In the past decade, science has discovered that many chaotic phenomena, and that's like electronic fluctuations during a seizure, or the weather when a hot front and a cold front collide, or the water at the bottom of a waterfall, that kind of thing. So, many chaotic phenomena are not as disordered as they seem, and often contain hidden patterns and regularities. Scientists have also discovered mathematical ways of finding some of the regularities that lie hidden in chaotic phenomena." Then later they say that this meant, a study that they showed, this meant that although the kaleidoscopic changes taking place in the energy field appeared to be random, they were actually very high-ordered and rich with patterns. So what they're saying is, if something seems chaotic, all you have to do is zoom out, and it still belongs to a pattern. It's just a really big pattern. So if you're sitting there in the center of the pattern, you can't really see it because the lines that run are much bigger than where your view can get you. I find that to be super-duper true. And there's a lot of other stuff. You can tie it to spirituality, you can tie it to religious practices, you can tie it to meditation or energy work and lots of other stuff, and all that kind of is touched on in this book. Fascinating. But it doesn't subscribe to any one theory, which I love. Okay, and again, that's The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. It's the one that we just finished. All right, the new one, which technically should have started 2 days ago, but I'm a little late, and I apologize for that. And this is just a brain candy kind of sci-fi, easy, quick read versus this one, which was delicious and nutritious for the brain, but was a little bit hard to consume very quickly. Okay, this is called the Elvenbane, and it's by Norton and Mercedes Lackey. And I've actually been looking for this book for about a year. It happened to somehow be in my house as I was growing up. I don't know if it was my mother's or my older sister's or something, but I picked it up and read it, and it blew my mind. And especially after just reading The Holographic Universe, which is really heavy, really interesting, blows your paradigms open about what's real, what isn't, what can be made real, what can't, what can be affected, what can't. Mostly everything can be made real and be affected. Anyway, then reading something that's all sci-fi-y is great because it kind of opens you up to saying, okay, well, could I gain valuable insights from reading something that happens in a world that's not like mine? And I love it because it's far enough away from current cultural drama to attack and address certain issues like racism, classism, and of course it's got some magic in there, and a little violence and a little R-rated stuff every now and then. Not super R-rated. I read it as a teenager and I was fine. But I really love this book. And you can probably get it at the library. It's a pretty popular sci-fi book, like pretty famous one. It's not very new. It was published in, let's see, 1991. And it's the first of a trilogy, I believe. Maybe there's more. I'm really not sure. I just know this is the only one I've really got into. And it does stand alone. You'll enjoy it. So, I really like it. It's kind of a messiah story about a girl who is a hybrid of different races. And so she has to deal with what's going on. And then there are dragons in it. Dragons. They're big lately. Oh, I thought I would show you the opening page of this. I just Instagrammed it last night to kind of give a teaser for this book. Look at how epic that is. That was not in the copy that I read as a teenager. I love that. Anyway, so, old monthly Magic Book Club was The Holographic Universe. New monthly Magic Book Club is the Elvenbane. We just had a new moon. It's very intense. Things are crazy. So if you are undergoing intense challenges or changes or shifts, just release into them. You'll come out the other side, everything will be just fine, and you will probably be strengthened and made more badass in your own unique power and awesomeness as a result. So, much love to you guys. Go in peace, and I will see you up there on the astrals.